All right, good morning, TK.
Hello,
2
Pete.
weeks in a row.
I know.
It's pretty exciting.
You're blessed.
I'm blessed with your presence yet again. You've been a bit busy. Got some other things happening.
We have piggybacks coming out of the ground at Palmwood, so that'll be another Rice Boy style venture with Mitch and Eliza and the Udalo General Store, which we launched social media on last night. So very exciting, but yeah, it's busy at the moment. It's good.
Well, thank you for gracing us and giving us a few minutes of your time. What's the old saying? No one has a monopoly on busy, but I reckon you're pretty close at the moment.
And you tempt me with great booze.
I tempt you with temp. This is great fun. This is made by a couple of really good people, Julian and Bernice. Hi guys, miss you. Out of McLaren Vale. This is Tempranillo and Grenache. So two varieties that probably wouldn't be seen together ever, except for this country. So one of the things about Australia is we don't have the laws like other parts of the world has as to what we can do and where we can do it. So for that reason, I mean, Tempranillo, Spanish grape variety, Grenache, French by design, would never be put together anywhere else in the world except for here. So what happens when we do things like this is we get to see things that no one else is doing. So what are your thoughts here?
Well, I love it. I've come to you every week trying to get myself off the Pinot trail, and I've really fallen in love with Grenache in the last sort of 6 months.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. What does the Tempranillo do to the Grenache? Like what is it? I know if you have a Syrah and you wash it with other grapes, grape varieties, it sort of softens it. But I'm interested to know
what's happening here. We think of it like basically Temp and Grenache both sort of have pretty much this sort of primary sort of cherry fruit character is the number one thing we always talk about. Tempranillo's always got this sort of earthy, savoury tannins, those things that make you go the back of your palate, it's an acid that comes from the skins and seeds of the grape. So it gives you a little bit of structure, a little bit of that sort of savouriness. The Grenache, depending on, Grenache can be made in so many different ways. You know, we see styles that are really light, almost made like Pinot Noir, and you see things a little bit more earthy, a little bit more, and then you get to the other end where they're like big and actually quite powerful wines. Yeah. So depending on where they're from and what the winemaker chooses to do with them. But for me, what these two things actually work together is sort of just giving each other balance. So you end up with this really sort of complete wine. And McLaren Vale, I think one of the descriptors we always talk about with McLaren Vale as well is this chocolatey thing. It's this chocolatey, it's almost a textural thing rather than a smell or a flavour. And for me, we see that in this wine very much so. You end up with this really lovely sort of mouthful of wine that just sort of coats everywhere.
I reckon it's a cracking wine. If you're a Pinot drinker or you're a softer wine drinker, but you're having lunch or dinner with a couple of Shiraz drinkers, you rip this number out and you sort of you'll appease everybody.
Absolutely.
It's got weight, it's got complexity, but it's not overpowering, and you can certainly sit down and have a piece of fish with that.
Yeah,
I think.
And I think it's that, I've often described this wine as being Goldilocks because it's exactly that. It's not light, it's not heavy, it's just kind of in between. Yeah. So it is a crowd pleaser, and I think sometimes we say the term crowd pleaser can be considered sort of slightly negative. It's like, it's just easy, but there's an easiness to this that makes it pretty slurpable. I think, you're right, it can handle a lot of different things. I mean, I would probably, I sort of know where I would head food-wise. I'd be keen to sort of hear what you're thinking.
I think a beautiful piece of lamb would be nice with that, but I'd probably go, like a loin or something like that. Maybe even in a salad. Maybe roast the loin and then slice it up with some roasted beetroots and ghost cheese or something. That would be quite nice.
100%. I think that's. I mean, I was definitely thinking lamb as well.
And you could probably go some spice. As well in there.
100%. Almost that sort of like Middle Eastern sort of thing. Yeah. Look, I think there's enough fruit there to carry the spice. There's no doubt about that. I just think, this wine and what these guys do so well is just make complete wine. Yeah. This is 2020. This is ready to drink.
I agree.
I think this is a delicious mouthful of wine. So lamb
salad, I reckon. I'll do a little spiced lamb salad with some ghost cheese and roasted beetroots, and I think crack one of those open with a good sort of table full of dinner folk, and I reckon everyone's going to be happy.
I'm in. See you then.
Righto.
Cheers.
So if you're drinking a glass of